Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Let's make it a good day. Good morning, Rochester. Good morning, Richmond, Minnesota. Good morning, Redmond, Washington. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Kendall continues her wine tour in southern Florida.
Wrong state.
Wrong state, yeah. Please welcome the OG, the original recipe chicken. There she is, the bucket that is Shane Wells.
I don't even like fried chicken. So
You don't like fried chicken?
No, can we come up with a new thing?
Oh my goodness, really, Shane?
Well,
you know I love you.
Like
you're one of my. And by the way, I talked about you behind your back over the weekend. I was with somebody, and they were a big fan of yours, and I said,
"That's very kind."
Yeah, and they were asking what you were really like. If you were,
Did you tell them the truth?
If you're a monster behind, I said, she's awful.
Yeah.
I looked at it and said, she's awful, and you wouldn't want to work with her.
Mm-hmm.
No, I said she's even nicer in person.
Isn't it funny how when you meet people in public, they're like, "Hi, I love your." Tell me about Keith Marler.
Yeah.
Like they immediately dive into whoever they want the dirt on.
I found out once, and maybe I told you. You know, I always go in the winter and this season to Serums for chicken wings on Fridays.
Yep.
In Anoka, and I asked one of the servers, Neely. She's been there since God was in diapers. She said to me one day, she said, "Do you know what the most asked question about you is?" Do you try to guess what it is? Did I tell you this?
About you?
About me. When people, because they know, people know now that I go there a lot. She said, and they know her, the most asked question about me to her, what do you think it is?
Well, I would just go to is he really that nice? Is he really that funny kind of thing? But
nope. Is he cheap and a good tipper?
Really?
They asked if I'm a good tipper. And I laughed out loud. Because I am.
That is not a question I would ever ask of
somebody. She said it's the number one question. And I am. I try to be a good tipper. Yeah.
Not what flavor you get?
Not what flavor. Oh, that's number two. What flavor chicken wing?
Yeah,
no, am I cheap? Am I a good tipper? My mom taught me, I've said this story before. Hi, Mama. We were driving in a car in her powder blue station wagon. Nice. And she looked over at me out of the blue, like we weren't talking at all. And she goes, "Jason, just want you to remember one thing. Be nice, and I don't want you to be cheap. Don't be cheap."
That's advice you don't normally get.
Well, no, and she was fearful because I was an only kid, so I got a lot of toys and stuff, and she didn't want me to be the stereotypical only kid.
We have that in common.
Yeah. We're both, you were only child in Waka Waka. I was an only child in Michigan City.
My grandma told me, marry somebody rich. Your mom told you, don't be cheap. That was her advice for me growing up.
Okay, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Dar didn't tell me that. She was just, I just hope you find someone that can tolerate you. That was what she said to me. Yeah. I was watching TV this morning, and this just cracked me up. And our whole job is to try to make you laugh. I think NBC has given up.
What made you think that?
Thank you for asking.
No problem.
We have this meeting room where there's a bunch of monitors. And at 9 a.m. our time, it's the Today Show is still on. And they used to call it like it was the Megyn Kelly Live, and then they had other things. It was like ping pong or whatever. Now, do you know what they have officially called is calling the show now?
Please keep watching us.
The third hour of Today.
The third hour. Wow. So would this be like the 6th hour of Fox 9?
Can we legally change this?
Rename it.
Can we just legally change it to, forget the Jason Show, the 6th hour of live programming on Fox 9?
It's actually like the 5.5th hour.
We're still on, yeah. Or can we just call it, we're still on? But I just thought, because then it made me, we were in Columbia Heights last week getting some din-din, and I almost drove off the road because, I always say I want to be in the meeting when things are named. Like, I want to be in that meeting. I passed, this is hand to God, past a Chinese restaurant called Asia.
I mean, you can take a trip, tell people you're going to Asia. It's very exciting. Asia.
And there used to be one in the Burnsville, Apple Valley area that closed. And it was just, they didn't spend a moment naming it. Do you know what it was called?
Tell me.
Chinese buffet.
You know what you're getting. You know exactly what you're getting.
Ron, where do you want to go tonight? Chinese buffet. Well, there's one of those in Apple Valley.
What show do you want to watch? The third hour?
The third hour. The third hour of the Today Show. They just gave up trying to come up with names.
It absolutely sounds like they did.
We're gonna. So again, this is the 5th hour of Fox 9, or that show with the gay guy.
That guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says the show that your mom watches. That's how I'm referred to by everybody.
My mom.
I had this 20-something come up to me yesterday. I could have birthed this kid. I know, Ted. We got to get to the hot dish. He comes up to me and he goes, "My mom loves your show, but I have no idea who you are."
Oh, didn't need to add that part in there.
He goes, "Thanks," and I said, "Thanks." Yeah. Let's get started, Ted. Time for the hot dish. Here we go. Roll it, Steve. Leo's off today. Leo's in mourning. He had to take a personal day because of the curling team.
R.I.P. curling. Yeah.
Leah's at home and with veil. First up, it may be one of the hottest shows on daytime TV. Oh, speaking of names, but the Kelly Clarkson Show may be a thing of the past. I know. Not why you think. So Kelly, you guys know this. She's filed paperwork to change her name. Well, she got divorced, and now she's filing paperwork to change her name to Kelly Brianne. I'm not going to say something. Anyway, she's been embroiled in a heated divorce for the past, I don't know, couple years. Clarkson is her maiden name. It's not her married name, but she says going with Brianne, her middle name, better reflects who she is.
I mean, she won American Idol as Kelly Clarkson. That's what we've known her as. And as you said, that's always been her family name. I guess I don't get, will she still be Kelly Clarkson in her show name, but in like legal paperwork, she's Kelly Brianne?
That's a great question. Because I don't mean to tell tales out of school, but you're Shane Wells, or like, and then is it Kendall different? Kendall has a different last name.
Yes, so Wells is my middle name.
Yeah, it's like Kendall Bogdanovich or something, and then it's
Nope.
It's something. It's something.
It is something.
It's
she
something
does
else.
have a name.
But yeah.
Yeah, I guess. But if you tell everybody you're doing it, then that isn't protecting your name.
And also, do you? I love Kelly, so we tell people go out there and be yourself. ... Here's what I equate it to. It's just like the Sears Tower. I don't care, Chicago. I don't care. It's the Willis Tower.
Wait, it's not called the Sears Tower?
No, it hasn't been. Thank you. You're proving my point.
What is it?
The Willis Tower.
No.
As
it's
in,
not.
What are you talking about?
Nice.
Nobody calls it the Willis Tower, and nobody will. Having come from the area, no offense to the Willis Company, but forget you, it's the Sears Tower, and it always will be. Sorry, Kelly Clarkson. You will always be Kelly Clarkson.
Right. Yeah, I guess I don't get it.
God, I love you. Next in the dish, Tom Holland was on with Kelly Lee and Ryan Lee last week and told them a story about how his mom got mad. Now, this is fantastic. Spider-Man's mom got mad at the Spider-Man producers. Why? Look.
And did you get into the costume yet?
I did.
You did? No
Did they
kidding.
give you a zipper? And you know what I mean by zipper.
No, it's a very cheap-looking costume.
Well,
it's
mine
not
is
the
very
one.
expensive and still doesn't have a zipper. I still
Yeah,
can't
so
go
what
to
do
the
you have to
bathroom.
do? Hold
So
it
what's
all
your
day?
guidance?
Yeah, I just hold it. On the first movie, I remember we were shooting this sequence on the Washington Monument, and I was in the suit for days at a time, sort of 11 hours, and I was young, so I wanted to impress the studio. I didn't want them to think that I needed breaks, and I remember calling my mum up on our daily phone calls.
Yeah.
I was like, Mom, I'm really struggling. Like, I'm working every day, and because I wear the suit, I can't go to the bathroom. And then 2 days later, the producer came up to me and was like, how are your kidneys?
Yeah, right, exactly.
I was like,
yeah.
My kidneys are fine. Why are you asking? He's like, well, your mom called us.
No.
Wow.
What is the DAR? What would she call and complain about here? You don't have a dressing room?
Jeff doesn't have enough time in his day for that call. No. That's hysterical, though. Well, and it's strange because Batman, Robert Pattinson, the new Batman, He said the best advice that he got from all the other Batmen's, was he said, make sure they put like a mud flap or like a flap, a saloon door in the costume.
Sorry.
It's like, make sure you put
Calling it a mud flap is really like a...
No, I mean like a little, it's like Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello! You know, make sure you put it in the bat suit.
You can stop doing motions.
Yeah.
So many motions.
But
yeah, okay. It makes sense.
Makes sense. If you're in that suit, and everyone says that, if you're in one of these suits, it takes forever to get yourself in. It's like, you know, Victorian gear for the gilded. I've been in Victorian gear
That one time
lately.
you had a corset on, yes.
That time, remember we did the Victorian theme show?
Sure. We did have corsets once with Aaron Schwab. We were doing Hamilton. Remember?
Was that our show? Was
the
I
whole
here for
thing of
that?
the Halloween show. There was a whole production.
No, I don't
we
remember
sang
that either.
songs. We did dances.
I don't know if I was here for
Have
that.
you blacked out the
I
last
think I
10
have.
years?
I honestly, we're getting to that. We're going to do a segment. Anyway, there's a segment that we did that I don't remember.
Well, now that's 2.
And I think that it's the show is,
It is your name.
I think. We're going to take a break before I forget this. And we'll be back after these messages. We really did that?
Yeah.
Coming up next, Move Over Bachelor. It is without a doubt the most talked about dating and love show
It makes sense.
No, it does. It makes no sense.
anywhere. Netflix's Love is Blind. Our expert panel weighs in on this train wreck you just can't stop watching.
Oh, hi there. It's that Midwestern mom.
Then, she's one of your favorite guests. That Midwestern mom is back. The TikTok phenom is giving us a peek at a hot dish competition. And of course, she's cooking. Leo, roll it. And it's Monday, and that means we're opening up the Jason Show mailbag. That and more when we come back. Welcome back to the show. I hope you're having hope you had a good weekend. I'll be able to talk, I swear, today.
It's okay.
It was a long
You don't have
weekend.
to talk much.
No,
just
I
for
don't
the
have
next
to talk much.
45
minutes, yeah. You're going to love this. Shane, did you see this already?
No.
Have you seen this yet?
No.
Oh,
I'm actually
audience.
looking at what it is. Okay.
Audience, come back to the TV because the audio is funny, but the video is funny as well. So come back to the TV. John Oliver returned last night. It was a season premiere, and poked fun at a local morning show team. I think this is in Florida, and that's our late night rewind. Look at this.
And now, the existential despair of ABC3 Morning News.
4:30 in the morning. Let's get this day together. Good morning. I'm Jared Willits.
That was a lot of pressure. Let's get this day together.
Okay.
Let's just get into this day.
You know, every now and then, Laura, I wind up in the attic, and there hanging on a post is my motorcycle jacket. Classic leather, classic styling. I look at it and I sigh. Chronic pain, my friends, is no joke, but let's not talk about me. Forfeiting.
Forfeiting. Does
Ooh.
that sound funny? You might have to forfeit?
Yeah.
Better way to say it.
No.
Nobody wants to go that way.
No, no one.
No.
All right. All right. How about you, okay?
Fine. What a lovely enclosure they have, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, you
So
know,
nice.
even a pretty cage is a cage, Laura.
Oh, look at that face. All right, you may start your Wednesday now with a smile. Baby animals.
I'm smiling. I always like it when you ignore me, Laura. That's nice.
That is, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. Okay. People that don't like it as well.
Oh, my goodness. That's the morning news team from Pensacola, Florida. I think they really love each other.
Her face.
Her face.
Says it all without saying a word.
Let's be clear. They can't stand each
Oh.
other.
No.
Yeah. Maybe.
They're very happy to be separated right now.
That's right.
See, they're in boxes.
They are. You know, on Mondays, we get a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Please give it up for our good buddy Brad from TMZ. Hi, Brad.
Genuine smile over here, Jason. Good to see you.
Genuine. Thank you, Brad. Genuine over here, too, my friend.
Good. Good morning.
First up, the district attorney, this is interesting, seems to be backing up Alec Baldwin in that deadly shooting on the set of Rust. What's the latest?
Well, the district attorney has come out and said, Jason, you'll remember Alec Baldwin. He did a sit-down interview where he said, look, I never actually pulled the trigger. He says that he pulled the hammer back on the gun, which then sprung forward and caused the bullet to fire. So the district attorney is now saying, look, my office did tests to try and see if what Alex said was accurate. And the results show that it is possible that this gun could have fired without anyone actually pulling the trigger. So, of course, if that is the truth, it's really hard to see that he would be charged with anything criminally. Of course, there's those several lawsuits have been filed, including the wrongful death one against the woman who was, or sorry, from the woman's family who was killed. But criminal charges are going to be tough.
Yeah, because these are the civil ones first, and it's he's a I don't want to say easy target. But he is, because they call folks like him in these cases deep pockets, because he has deep pockets.
Well, not only deep pockets, but he helped fund the movie too. Remember, not only was he the star, he was one of the big producers too.
Yep. Next up, this makes me vomit. The Tinder swindler is on Cameo.
Hey, at least he's making some legitimate money this time, though, right? Because The Tinder Swindler, if you haven't seen it on Netflix, it's about a guy who dates women. He takes money from them. He's a fraudster. And we've actually learned that he has signed up and has a Cameo account, and he has gotten a wave of interest. In 3 days, he made $30,000 just on Cameo. So, like I said, it's finally a way that he's making legitimate money. But we'll see how long the interest stays up.
Money that should be immediately transferred to those women. Immediately.
100% agree. That was our suggestion as well.
Disgusting. 30,000. He should be. Anyway. Stay positive, Jason. Finally, Shia LaBeouf is expecting a little baby any day now, and we're finding out he's just like the rest of us. He's shopping at IKEA.
He is just like the rest of us. He and Mia Goth. I mean, she's looking like, we don't know the exact due date, but it's got to be in the next few weeks. But the two of them, they were at IKEA over the weekend here in Burbank. Of course, you see them loving on each other. They got a big cart full of stuff. You have to imagine there's some baby stuff in there somewhere. But look, he's had a rough patch over the last couple of years. So good to see that they've got some excitement coming their way.
Brad, I'm not accusing you folks at TMZ of this, but those photos have to be doctored. Nobody is that happy at IKEA on a Saturday.
Hey, not until you get the meatballs, right?
That's right. No, Brad, the soft serve for $1. I love the little yogurt.
Dessert. Perfect.
Yeah. Thank you, my friend. Have a good week.
Thanks. You too.
Nobody's that happy.
Especially when like 9 months pregnant.
Yeah.
No.
Costco and IKEA on a Saturday is the 6th and 7th ring of hell. It really is. Everybody. Costco on a Saturday is just, it's horrible.
Almost any place on a Saturday.
Yeah.
A little bit much.
I can think of a good couple places, but.
The bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next on the dish, SJP and Matthew Broderick were on CBS Sunday Morning again. Now see, here's the story of a lovely lady. They were set to star on stage with each other in Plaza Suite on Broadway when COVID shut them down like weeks before they were supposed to go on, but they never gave up on it. They're back. Look at this.
It looks spectacular.
This was her first visit to the theater in 2 years.
This is what Karen wears under her. We shouldn't show this, but yeah, to give her some extra weight.
Let's just show it. They found dressing rooms, her makeup, candy, costumes, eerily, just as they were.
This is what happened during the pandemic to many of us.
Not very soft.
The set ready to go.
Gosh, it sure is beautiful.
And the stars getting there.
You were supposed to be way, way moved on past Plaza Suite and the prospect of learning lines.
I thought they would come right back. They did not.
Please.
They did not. I can't wait to see it. The two will finally take the stage together in Plaza Suite on Broadway this week. They're in previews. The show previewed in Boston to good reviews. They were supposed to open in March of 20, and then boom, 2020 happened, and we know where that story goes.
I'd see any Broadway show starring those two together.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter what they're doing.
They could sit on stage and read Craigslist ads, and I would.
Yep.
Actually, that's actually pretty good.
Save that.
Or the neighborhood app, I would read, that'd be
that's the
great.
best.
Oh, the neighborhood app is fantastic.
So much dirt.
Oh, so much. Next in the dish, imagine getting engaged without ever meeting your partner face to face. That's how it works on our obsession, Love is Blind on Netflix. Season 2 started streaming on the old Netflix a few weeks ago and is full. Okay, come back to the TV. I know, but still, you should see it. It's full of some cringe-worthy moments like this.
You think we're accidentally here?
It's not an accident.
Exactly.
No, look, it's literally like,
So you believe like the Big Bang Theory?
yeah, it's explained. It makes sense.
No, it does. It makes no sense.
So you don't believe in evolution?
I do not believe in evolution at all.
Stop it.
I do.
Yeah, so it's Kyle and Shayna disagreeing on religion while in the pods. Right there, I thought to myself, and I don't want to give anything away, but I thought to myself, that's okay.
This is where we part ways.
This
it's
is
not
where
gonna work out for
that's
us.
a fundamental, you never talk about politics, religion, and now we add COVID to that. And they're mixing one of those. Well, our staff can't stop talking about the show, so joining me to break down the drama is Shane and feverishly waving in our control room, producer Ted. Hi, Ted.
Hello.
Ted, you got the wave right. Shane, yes, and I'm over here. Hi, Ted. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now, Ted, this is your wheelhouse, and I have credit where credit's due. You said to me in season 1, Jason, I know you don't like these types of things, but you really, really should watch it. So thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. It's a beautiful masterpiece, and I wanted you to enjoy it.
Yes. Okay, so spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched it. We want to give that before this conversation commences. We need to talk about, Shayna and Kyle. Let's start with there. Take a look at this, audience. This is one of our couples that we're obsessed. We're going to focus on a couple. So Shayna and Kyle, you saw them just a few minutes ago. Ted, what was your first thought? And he's a construction worker. You should know, and I forgot, she owns a nail salon or something. I forgot what she does. But
So he's really her second choice.
Yeah.
So my first thought was, first of all, it's not going to work. And then the second one was, he's trying to get past the point that she is super religious and he's not. And I'm just like, there's no way this is going to work.
No. And Shane, you thought the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely the villain, if you will, of this season, in my opinion. She wanted this other guy named Shane. He ended up picking the other girl. And so this is her second choice. So you have to know when you get out of these pods, they're going to know that you were the second choice.
Yes.
And that's all going to set you off on a bad track right away. But also, you two don't agree on very important subjects.
Yes.
Why are we trying to force this?
Okay. Now I woke up thinking about this. There's a guy in this show called Shane who is everything that I hate in bros. He is the broiest of the bro.
Yeah.
And he started laughing, and I had to rewind it like 3 times. So we're going to play it for you, and we'll talk about it on the other side. Here's the bro.
What do you like about Natalie?
That she liked me.
That'll help.
I'm a words guy, dude. No, I was her favorite.
And
that's what that dude, you give me the words of that, man. My ego goes through the roof. Like, go.
I feel ya.
I weep for straight women.
Well, girls were fighting over him.
I weep. Ted, should we hear it one more time?
I think so.
Control room, one more time, please.
What do you like about Natalie?
That she liked me.
That'll help.
I'm a words guy, dude. No, I was her favorite.
And
that's what that dude, you give me the words of that, man. My ego goes through the roof. Like, go.
I feel ya.
Okay, Shane, you gotta represent womankind on here, okay? If you went out with that dude, okay, and he started laughing like that and was bro-y like that, would you complete the date or would you just leave?
I would complete the date, but I would, because I'm nice, but it'd be one and done, for sure. The fact that multiple women wanted to be with Shane without seeing him, they just heard him. So they heard that, and people were still fighting over him.
Ted, didn't that surprise you? They heard him, Ted.
Yeah, but all the other women agree. They're like, the woman he's with, what's her name again?
Natalie?
Natalie. She is the woman version of Shane. So they're like, oh, it kind of does make sense.
He kind of grows on you over the season, though.
Yeah, he does.
He gets better. No?
Does a rash get better?
Yes.
Okay,
you put some
we got to talk about this
cortisone?
again later. As the season wraps up. We got to take a break though, because we got go watch it on Netflix and then join our conversation. Give it up for Shane and producer Ted. 4 more episodes of Love is Blind is available right now. Bye, Ted. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Welcome back, my friends. Well, our first guest is all over the internet. In a good way. That sounded bad. She's all over the internet. Thanks to her TikToks under the name That Midwestern Mom. Please welcome back to the show our friend Amber, also known as That Midwestern Mom. Good morning, Amber. I didn't mean to say it like that. It made it sound like you were doing something pervy on the internet.
Well, you know, when you say my other job is to freelance on the internet, people kind of come up with their own ideas sometimes.
Now, we should say Amber usually visits us here in the studio, but tell the folks why, Amber, you were unable to make it to the studio today.
Yeah, we're having another great blizzard up here in the Great White North.
How much snow have you gotten so far?
It's not a ton of snow yet. It's just the blowing snow that is the problem at the moment. But it's been 3 weekends in a row this has happened. 3 weekends in a row we've had huge storms. We've missed the last 3 Fridays from school, I think.
I don't want to volunteer you for more work, but I think it would really pep up our weather reports on Fox 9 if we just had you dressed as the Midwestern Mom, counting the inches that come in up north. That would be fantastic.
That would be absolutely fantastic. That's what I've been doing to count down to the polar plunge.
Okay, we got to talk about that. But before we do that, so Jeff told me, EP Jeff said that you sang the national anthem and this is the best name for any, Amber knows what I'm going to say. This is the best name of any event ever. Amber, what event did you sing at?
Well, I sang the national anthem at the Poles and Holes Fishing Derby competition on Saturday.
God bless whoever named it. The Poles and Holes competition. How does, here, we're looking at your TikTok here. Oh, and then you can hear Amber singing too. Amber, how does the Poles and Holes Derby work?
It was the most amazingly, adorably organized event I've ever been to in Minnesota. The person who was at Rotary International was in charge of it. It's one of their biggest fundraisers of the year. We had so much snow this year. It was a real community effort to come onto the ice and plow past. It almost looked like a crop of fishing holes.
Yeah.
And so there's like snowbanks in between each line of fishing holes. And so anybody who had a snowplow, anybody who had a truck capable of plowing snow came and plowed the rows. And then the football team came and drilled the fishing holes. And then you enter, and everybody has to be outside. So there's like, you know, it's fair for everyone. And so people are starting to build snow forts because it was like 23-mile-an-hour winds and negative 15-degree wind chill. And everybody was just out there having a grand old time. It was just fantastic.
Only in Minnesota. I love that so much. Hey, you mentioned it a few minutes ago. Tell the folks, because it's going to a great cause. You're doing a polar plunge.
I was talked into doing the polar plunge. Yep, we're a little bit behind in our fundraising efforts this year, but we're benefiting the local Boys and Girls Club, the Detroit Lakes chapter. I've personally benefited from the Boys and Girls Club. You know, my kids have gone to aftercare there. And then during the pandemic, they served over 90,000 meals to anybody who needed to pick up dinner for their children and breakfast for their children. So they've been doing some really awesome outreach in our community all throughout this pandemic effort for the past 2 years. So they really had to talk me into doing it, but
are you nervous?
I mean, it's always fun to give back to the community.
Are you nervous?
I am super nervous, but I'm trying to put all of my energy into the fundraising efforts and like appearing on the Jason Show and just not thinking about it. So I would compare it to like having a baby. Just don't think about it, and it'll be over with before you think about it. Before you worry about it.
I'll take your word. I'll take your word on that one. Hey, no, and you know we have the most generous viewers. So anyone watching, go follow that Midwestern Mom. Their links are there. We'll put links on our Facebook post as well, and donate what you can, there, friends. Speaking of competition, because we're gonna have you cook in a second. You attended a hot dish competition. Am I hearing that right?
I absolutely did. I attended 2 hot dish competitions.
Oh my goodness.
So one was in Fargo, and I helped judge that one. And now the Rose Wild restaurant is going to have me do an appearance with them. And then the Grace Lutheran Church had a hot dish competition for Polar Fest.
Of course they did. Of course the Grace Lutheran Church had a hot dish competition.
Of course they did. And so I handed out the trophies for that one, and it was just a great. Oh, and dessert bars. Don't forget the dessert bars and coffee.
Oh, dessert bars. I love it. Well, speaking of food, the Midwestern Mom will be cooking when we return. Back after this. Of course they did. Love it. We're so glad you're here. Hope you guys are having a really good morning. We're back with Amber from That Midwestern Mom, and now we're cooking. Amber, what are we cooking?
Well, it's almost St. Patrick's Day, so we're going to make pistachio salad. Now, this was the first video that kind of started this whole Midwestern Mom thing. When I first did this video, I didn't have my hair and makeup done. I just looked like my regular old mom self. And it was that video that kind of launched everything because everyone said I reminded them of Rose Nyland.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Betty White. And so that's kind of what started it all. My mom started doing my hair. And by the way, I think the last time I was on the show, I left my can opener there. And my current can opener is not working very well. So would you check and see if my can opener is there?
Yeah, we're checking. Actually, it's so funny. We're walking over to the demonstration desk right now. I'll be able to give you a confirmation on that very shortly. Yes.
This thing is not working. This is, live television. So I'm shaking trying to get this can of pineapple open.
Oh, it doesn't. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's the joy of live TV.
It doesn't. So step 1, a can of crushed pineapple. Don't drain it. And you just add a package of pistachio Jell-O pudding to it because it's green. So, of course, we would use it for St. Patrick's Day. So
look at
there
that.
You go. Yeah, yummy, yummy.
Okay, so we have those two things.
Make sure you get your Cool Whip out of the freezer, which I didn't do.
Okay.
But,
that's fine.
And my favorite part is mixing it all together because it looks so fabulously.
Okay, now.
Fabulously green.
Amber, while you're mixing it, I have good news for you. Okay, look at that. Now, can you see me?
I can see you, yep.
Okay, we have this one. Is this it?
That's my can opener.
From IKEA?
Oh, no, mine was green. Mine was a Rubbermaid one. Okay. Oh, shoot.
How about this one?
That one's mine.
This one's yours?
Yep.
Okay. I am wondering why we have two can openers. I went to the camping
supplies one night when I was doing a TikTok and used my camping can opener because I couldn't find it after being on the Jason show.
I'm so sorry that we stole this. We'll send this back to you.
Oh, don't worry. I'll just come back eventually once the weather gets better.
I'm just still laughing that we have like 4 can openers here. Yeah.
Whatever kind of nuts you want in it and whatever kind of Cool Whip. So,
What
and marshmallows.
What nuts?
Don't forget marshmallows.
What nuts do you prefer in it? Like, what's the classic? Is it?
Classic is walnuts. I don't like walnuts because I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to them because they always make my mouth hurt. But I like to smash pistachios into them because Jell-O instant pistachio pudding actually has mostly almonds in it, not pistachios.
Oh.
I don't know if most of you know that. But so if you're allergic to almonds, don't eat Jell-O instant pistachio pudding.
We have like a minute left. I just have to tell you, we'll end with a compliment. We are still getting emails. Jeff said he got one just yesterday. Your video when you were here and you surprised us all by singing, we are still getting emails about that, Amber. Still.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It is the #1 viewed video on your Facebook page. I did notice that.
Yes, you did. Well, and it is accurate. And I love that the #1 video on the Jason Show Facebook page has nothing to do with Jason. That makes me so happy. And I mean that. Believe me, I mean that. I think it's fantastic. It cracks me up. No.
Well, sorry.
No, I love it. Are you kidding me? No, it's fantastic. No, and I just want to clear something up. People thought that Amber had told us ahead of time, or that we had heard Amber sing before that clip. Amber can tell you, we did not. The crew, none of us heard Amber until she opened up her mouth. So yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was super sweet. It's got a lot of views on my TikTok too, but I think it has more views on your guys' Instagram page.
Well, I love it.
Oh, and then my favorite comment was a friend of mine that was in the Miss Northwest pageant, and she said something, and I think you put her comment up a few days later. She called me and told me, she's like, I lost the talent portion of the Miss Northwest pageant to that woman.
Yes.
But she walked away with the crown.
The competition. Well, to get this recipe and more, follow Amber on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook. Just search for That Midwestern Mom. Amber, we can't wait for you to come back down and get your can opener.
Sounds great.
Bye,
Thanks.
sweetie. We'll be back with the Jason Show mailbag right after this. Back in a moment. We stole her can opener. Welcome back. Shane's here.
That was very Oprah-like.
It was very, yeah. It's Monday, and every Monday on the show, we respond to your messages. Let's open up the Jason Show mailbag.
You've got mail.
Can we raise the camera a little bit? Literally, it's like they're shooting it at
On
our
the
feet.
ground.
It is basically...
It's a shoe can.
It is on. Steve, can we raise that? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. We got a big response to a special guest who joined me last week. This furry friend stopped by.
No, it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't. No. This furry friend right there stopped by the desk on Wednesday to talk about. That is photographer Eric's pet or puppet. Sherry on Instagram says, this just made me laugh so hard, not sure what was funnier. That photographer Eric had the beaver or you talking to the beaver. Yeah, Sherry, it's a legitimate question.
Yeah.
Angie says, my dogs, Mac and Baron, were very disrupted and disturbed by this nifty little bit on the show. Angie shared this video and watch her dogs look at Eric's beaver. Look at that. Oh, God, that makes me happy. Look at them barking at the beaver.
Look what you did, Eric.
What I did.
Really upset them.
And Marcia on Facebook says, hi, just need to say, Jason, it's an otter, not a beaver. I'm not a beaver expert.
I called it a beaver, too. Yeah, it's okay.
It's the line of the year. Surprise! Anyway, I'll leave the rest of the jokes for you to make up at home. The otter community is...
There's a community?
I keep going like this. The otter... Steve, come on! The otter community is reacting to my mistake calling the otter a beaver. And in fact, we got a response from our friend the otter.
Greetings. My name is Oliver the Otter. In my first appearance on this show, the man in the suit referred to me as a beaver. Rude. I am an otter, not a beaver gnawing on every piece of wood in the street like a common rodent. If I'm invited back on this program, you will only refer to me as an otter. I bid you adieu.
That's a fancy otter. Where'd you get a British otter?
I bid you adieu.
What do otters eat?
You'll find out. I guess we'll find out. We were just told we'll find out.
Oh.
I think
what a tease.
I think the otter's coming back. I have a feeling. I think if you don't see Kendall here tomorrow. I shouldn't say that. I got this email from this woman. I think her name was Lori. She yelled at me. She's like, you are so mean to Kendall when she's not there. I said, Lori, We're like brother and sister. It's quite all right. Now that otter joke is going to get Lori all mad. Finally, a non-otter message. Karen sent us this. There are a few things I'll miss when I move to South Carolina, but not my Jason and Kendall fix. Thank goodness for YouTube. I've loved you since moving to Minnesota. That's really, thank you, Karen. Yeah, take us wherever you want to go. I mean, you know, on the YouTube page.
And my parents have the same, they love the YouTube Jason show.
Yes. Aren't you glad that you are here to fill in when we have a talking otter?
You know, every time I fill in, I think, this is the weirdest thing that's ever happened on the show. And then I fill in again, and I'm like, and we're back.
And
so you just keep topping yourself.
And did you think, because Shane was involved in the creation of this, whatever this is, did you ever think we'd get to the point where we had a puppet talking, a British otter?
Jason, no.
No, I didn't
But
think
I mean,
so
the
either.
sky's the limit here.
As things we wrote on the board when we were thinking of things to do, no one
there.
ever wrote on our whiteboard.
Become the next Fraggle Rock.
Yeah.
It just wasn't there.
British otter. No one ever wrote British otter.
And why didn't we?
And why, you know, why
Come
didn't we
on.
think of it 7 years ago?
We were really in the box.
Yeah, anyway. You can watch, just like our friend Karen, you can watch full episodes of our show on YouTube. We post each day's episode along with clips from the show. Just search for The Jason Show and hit that subscribe button. And you can also, if you have something for the mailbag, you have a question or an otter-related comment, go to our Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. It's really easy to find. It's just Jason Show TV and our personal accounts as well. My dear friends, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back. What's in the shortest segment and the surprise goodbye? You'll find out when we find out next. Welcome back to Otter Live. It's time for the world's shortest segment. Let this be a lesson for anyone trying to break the rules in the carpool lane. Check out this driving fail in Washington State. One driver tried pulling a fast one by dressing up a skeleton to use as a passenger so he could access the pool lanes. Well, he's all bones except for a bright yellow sweatshirt. State police tweeted, "You gotta have meat on your bones to ride HOV." We'll be right back.
They even match.
They do. It's a lot of effort to use that lane, girl. So I got a couple more emails during the show about Asia, the place in Columbia Heights that I mentioned. They said it's fantastic. It's been there for years. So I need to try.
I need to take a trip to Asia.
I know. I've been promising photographer Erica a Christmas party at an Asian restaurant.
I think I was supposed to get one of those one time.
Yeah, it was many years ago. Shane joins me again, and it is time for the surprise goodbye. So you know this. Shane and I have no idea what the producers have put here until now. And today the teleprompter is telling me it's a soundbite.
What do you like about Natalie?
That she liked me.
That'll help.
I'm a words guy, dude. No, I was her favorite.
And
that's what that dude, you give me the words of that, man. I let my ego goes through the roof. Like, go.
I feel ya.
I'm so glad I'm gay. I wouldn't touch that with a 20-foot pole. There is no way. There is absolutely no way.
How far have you got on that show?
I'm in episode 5 of Love is Blind.
Okay.
How far are you?
Weirdly, he comes out to seem like one of the more normal people.
Really?
Yeah, he does.
No way.
Well, let me know if he doesn't to you, but I mean,
Okay.
I'm not saying he's like an upstanding fella. He just kind of looks like more legit than most of them.
Well, I do know, spoiler alert, one that I thought was normal, and I hate the word normal, you guys know that, but the one that I thought was stable did a turn in an episode. I was like, the Nutter Butter flag is out and waving.
I mean, there's a reason you're on this show.
Yeah.
There's more levels.
Yeah, more levels. Tomorrow, comedian Russell Howard will join us, plus producer Ted is recapping another show, The Bachelor. That's tomorrow.
Still on?
That's still on. That's going to do it for us. If you're a kid watching, go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Shane for filling in. We'll be back tomorrow, everybody, with the Otter.
Otter Bachelor?
Yes.